Clara, how do you feel today? How's your condition? Is everything alright? Let me know if you need anything at all. These days you seem more and more tired, so I'm just a bit worried. Pregnancy is really tough on the body, and it's a really sensitive time. I just wanted to check in because I want to make sure everything is alright, not just with the baby, but with you.
I'm okay today, no need to worry. The fetal movement isn't too bad, and I'm eating well. Everything seems to be going fine right now. But wait, Jim, aren't you at work right now? What will your boss say if he catches you on your phone texting me? Won't you get in trouble?
Hey, so what if that happens? I don't care if he catches me texting you. I can't get any work done because I'm worried about you. Family is more important than work anyways.
Oh, you're such a sweet husband. Thank you for always taking care of me like this. I'm really so lucky to have such a loving partner. My husband is the sweetest man in the world.
Of course, I need to protect and care for my wife. That's what husbands are supposed to do. Being a good husband is my main priority. It is more important to me than my career. By the way, is there anything you want to eat? I can buy it on the way home from work. Anything you're craving, I'll get it. Just let me know.
Oh, you're the best. If I can ask for a favor, would it be okay if we had burgers and fries?
Burgers? Can you eat them? I don't know much about pregnancy, but would it be okay for you to eat red meat?
Yeah, I actually have been wanting to eat them so much. I've been craving a nice juicy burger like crazy. There's an old place that sells burgers near the mall. It's really famous and their food is so good. Could you pick up some from there?
Sure, no problem. I'll bring home a warm burger from there on the way home from work. Even if you're bored, just wait a little for me, okay? I'll be back soon. Let me know if there's anything else you want to eat.
Yep, I will. Our cutie pie. You've been having such a hard time. Parenting is a very hard business, especially as a mother. You're holding up so well. Grandma, I miss you so much. Parenting is so much more difficult than I'd ever have guessed. How did you raise my dad? I'm so tired all of the time. It literally makes me feel sick. I'm so exhausted that I feel like I'm dying. Not literally, but I'm really so terribly exhausted. Oh, goodness, sweetie. My poor Clara. I'm sorry I can't be by your side right now. I wish I could be with you and I wish I could help you out with the baby. Oh, Grandma, it's okay. I know you're busy. Please don't feel bad. It's totally okay. Yes, but still. Anyways, how is the rest of the family? Are you taking care of your husband and his mother? Oh, no need to worry. I'm taking care of them well. Later, if I find time, I promise to come and visit you. Until then, please do whatever you can to take care of your health. I raised you myself because you don't have your parents. I'm so glad you were raised without mishaps to be so wonderful. You've become such a beautiful and kind woman. Oh, me too, Grandma. I'm grateful that you raised me so well. I'm gonna cry. I'm so grateful. I never had any major problems growing up, and you always did your best to show me enough love to make up for not having parents. I'm really grateful. From now on, I'll be okay, so just take care of your own health, okay? I need my grandma to be happy and healthy for a long time. Oh, of course, I'm doing just fine. You don't have to worry about me one bit. Goodness. Right now it's lunchtime, so the customers are flocking in. I'll text you again later. Take care of yourself. You can call or text me whenever you need to. I love you, my cutie pie. Jim, when should I expect you to come to the hospital?
Huh? The hospital? Why would I be going to the hospital?
Are you kidding? You're not coming to see me. You're not coming to see the baby either. I've been waiting for you all day.
Today, can't I just go home and rest? I can go tomorrow. It's not like you're going anywhere. And the baby will look the same tomorrow as it does today. Anyways, I'm tired.
Are you telling me that you're not going to come and see the baby? Aren't you curious? This is your own child we're talking about. You weren't here for the delivery either.
I said I'll go tomorrow, didn't I? Stop nagging me. You're making this into an annoying fight. Are you really gonna be like this?
You know, you didn't answer your phone all day. Do you know how sad that made me? I didn't get even a single text from you.
Okay, I got it. I'm sorry. I apologize. Stop whining now. You're a mother now. You're not an immature 20-year-old anymore. You need to stop being so childish.
Wow, seriously? You were so great until the day I had the baby? So kind to me and everything? Fine, whatever. Today, go and rest. Tomorrow, come and see me and the baby, okay? Do you promise?
Yeah, will do. I'll come and see the two of you tomorrow. Get some rest.
Hey, I told you to contact me. I was waiting for a text from you. Is the child here? How did the delivery go? Did everything go smoothly? Good morning, Helen. Yes, the baby came yesterday morning. The delivery was fine and the baby is healthy. Giving birth is tough. Good job. By the way, I wanted to ask you something. Sure, what's on your mind? So, there's the possibility. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, I know you're thinking about, you might be going back to work after having the child. But leaving the baby to me to take care of on my own is, well, you know what I'm saying, right? I mean, these days, young people return to work as soon as possible to earn money. They're so focused on their careers and income that immediately after having a child, they're too eager to get back into the workforce. I've talked to people and have heard things from the news. They say a lot of new mothers leave the child rearing to the mother-in-law. But you're a good mom, right? You won't be like one of those irresponsible new mothers who run away and leave the baby to their mother-in-law, right? Helen, I was actually thinking of going back to work after I recover from labor. My boss said I can come back to work whenever I'm ready, and I was planning to take up his offer. Wow, look at this. Are you serious? So let's say you go back to work. Who's going to look after the baby? No way are you asking me to do that. You could, if you'd like to. I mean, the option is there, but I can also hire a babysitter if you're unable to do so. Wow, don't count your chickens before the eggs hatch. I really thought better of you, Clara. Now look here. What if the babysitter is a bad person? What if they're a criminal? Have you seen the articles these days? Haven't you been listening to the news? The world is a cruel and terrible place. Who knows what'll happen when you're not looking? You're telling me that you're gonna let an absolute stranger take care of your child? You want some random person you know nothing about taking care of your baby? Helen, these days there's the option for home security footage, and there are lots of laws that have been strengthened. If anything goes wrong, the person will be punished immediately. Why don't you get it? You don't know that it's best for the child to be raised by their mother? Oh, right. You weren't raised by your parents. But are you still so completely unaware of this fact? It's common sense, really. Whatever, it's fine. I won't go into that, but don't even think about going back to work. You're gonna be the one taking care of your own child. Anyways, my son is the one making all the money. You just stay at home quietly and take care of the baby. That's your only job right now, to take care of the house and to take care of your child. Why are you making this so complicated? You're just making everything so much harder for everyone by going back to work. I seriously don't understand you. You're not making any sense right now. Helen, Jim doesn't make enough money on his own to support us, especially now because we're a family of 3. Shut it! Don't talk back to me. Anyways, my original feelings are unchanged, and you will obey. These are the intentions of me and my son, now you know. Don't try to disobey me ever again. Honey, won't you take me seriously? Why don't you listen to me when I tell you things?
What's wrong now? Why is there always an issue with you? Why do you always have a problem with everything I do?
What's wrong now? I just took a picture and sent it to you. Did you even open it? What are you talking about? I clearly said this so many times about what to do with worn socks. I've been telling you to put them properly in the washer. Also, I've told you so many times not to flick your cigarette butts in the toilet. How many times do I have to tell you this? I can't even count on one hand. How many times I had to ask you the exact same thing over and over? You seem to have the intelligence of a goldfish. If I say the same things 100 days in a row, you still can't remember? Is your brain that small?
You're nagging me again? Why is it every time you speak to me, it's to tell me what I'm doing wrong? Can't you try speaking to me nicely?
Do you even hear yourself? Do you even understand the situation right now? And you expect me to speak nicely? And before you left, I told you to wash your dishes. I asked you politely if you could just do that one thing for me. You couldn't do that either. You really hate the idea of lifting a finger to do some housework?
If I do all the housework, there won't be anything left for you to do. That's your job now, to do housework. You made the decision. You chose to stop working and become a housewife. If you have a conscience, you'll know you have no right to scold me for household chores.
Wow, so because I'm a full-time housewife, you don't have to do a single chore, not even one? You know, you've never changed the baby's diaper, even once. Honestly, I don't know if you even know how to change a diaper at all.
Now why should I have to change a diaper? It's offensive to me. I'm a man. It's below me to change diapers and touch baby poop like that.
It's offensive. Changing a diaper is offensive? I can't even listen to you right now. So the offensive work, it's okay for me to do, but not yourself? And just because you're a man? Are women less than human beings to you? This is our child. But asking you to do this simple task is too much? It's offensive to even expect that from you? Parenting is a two-person act. I can't do everything on my own.
I know that, but poop is a different matter. It smells and makes you feel dirty. It's unbecoming for someone like me. Ugh, I hate it. Changing diapers is so gross and crude. I seriously hate even thinking about it.
You know, maybe I'm the fool for expecting you to do this much. I didn't know that someone could be this stubborn. You're acting like an entitled, spoiled brat right now.
Yeah, whatever. You keep telling me the same thing over and over. I'm about to die because I'm so busy, but look at me arguing over nothing. Stop texting me. I have work to do.
Hey, what are you whining about, my son? Why are you nagging him like this, huh? What are you talking about? This morning, he texted me, telling me that you accused him of leaving to go to work happily without doing any housework. Is that what you think? Don't even try to play this game. I know that my son does all the housework when he comes home from work. What the hell are you doing? Playing around at home while my son is working himself to death? Your only job is to do chores because you don't go to work anymore and you can't even do that? Is that what he told you? That he does the chores when he gets off work? Every single day? That's right! He takes care of it. And apparently you just sit at home watching TV. It's amazing! Where can you find a husband who takes initiative like this? Where in the world can you find a husband who accommodates such a lazy, nagging wife? Do you always go around accusing people of things they didn't do? Helen, you really just believe what you want to believe, huh? You hear just what you want to hear. You see only what you want to see. Is your vision really that clouded? Aren't you curious about the truth? Stop that! Are you telling me that you think my son is lying to me? I didn't say that, but if the shoe fits, wear it. Is that what you think is going on right now? And another thing. Every day, you only wear baggy, homely clothes covered with food stains. Jim says you smell like grease and body odor. Can't you put some effort into your appearance? Man, even though you're a mother now, you're still as immature as a 20-year-old. As immature as a mere child. After work, you should give your husband some strength and support him. Wear some pretty clothes and decorate the house a little. But you can't even do that. You know, if a woman keeps acting like this, men will lose interest. You know what I mean. A man can only put up with behavior like yours for so long. Even an angel like my son has his limits. Helen, my daily attire is none of your business. How is it your business if I'm wearing sloppy clothes or attractive clothes? Does that concern you at all? No matter what I dress for myself, I wear whatever is most comfortable for me. Whoa, when a kid acts like this, you're a total child. What if I just do whatever I want? I'm trying to give you some good advice here. I'm speaking to you as your mother-in-law. No, I'm trying to give you advice as a fellow woman right now. If a younger person receives advice from an elder, they should say thank you and listen with a grateful and open heart. Yes, that sounds like advice. At least, just the last part of what you said, I'll take it. The baby's crying right now and I have to go. You don't have to reply to this text. I'll talk to you later. Hey, you really fed your mom some amazing lies. She texted me all angry because of the stories you've been telling her about me and what I do at home. You can lie like that without even batting an eye. Do you not have a scrap of conscience?
My mom contacted you?
Yeah, apparently you go to work and do all the chores yourself like some kind of superhero. She said that you take care of the child all by yourself too? That's what you're saying. Wow, if anyone heard that, they'd think I'm just sitting at home, playing, eating, and sleeping. They'd think I'm the laziest wife and mother in the world. You turned me into a total scumbag. So how does that feel? You feel good?
No, what are you talking about? I literally have no idea. I was just talking to my mom. I don't know if things got twisted around, but try to understand that she might have interpreted things a little differently.
I'm sick of your excuses. I'm tired of giving you the benefit of the doubt. You know, if you can shamelessly lie to your mother and tell her that you do housework after work, why don't you actually do it? Is that too much to ask?
Stop this right now. Don't start on me. I work every single day. I'm tired. Let me go home and rest. Give me a break.
Sorry, but I don't plan on it. Now my mother-in-law thinks I don't even do housework. You've made me out to be a bad wife. You've painted me out to be this terrible mother. You know what? I'll make that a reality for you.
What are you talking about?
You'll know exactly what I'm saying when you come back home. Take a good look at the closet, the drawers, even the shoe cabinet. Don't let your guard down. Be very careful when you come back home. Beware.
Wait, what are you talking about? Hey, answer me. Clara.
Grandma, I'm coming to your place. I'm going to be visiting you right now. Honey, are you serious? Why are you so shocked? Can a girl visit her grandma after not seeing her for so long? Is that so wrong? No, that's totally fine. But what about Jim and the baby? Are you coming alone at this hour? Is something wrong? Did something happen? There's no problem. I just miss you like crazy. So I'm driving to see you. Grandma, you're not sleeping yet. Why would I be asleep? It's not even 7 o'clock. I can't sleep now. I'm not that old yet. So it's okay if I come and see you right now? Of course. But Clara, are you really okay? Later when I see you, I'll explain everything. Grandma, I still haven't eaten yet, so I'm pretty hungry. Actually, I'm starving. When I get there, can you make me some pasta? The kind you always made for me growing up? Sure, of course. When my cutie pie gets here, I'll have some delicious pasta and garlic bread all prepared for you. Travel carefully. When you get here, you can tell me everything. I will. When I arrive, I'll let you know. I'll be there soon. We've been skirting the issue and we haven't been communicating clearly about this, but I have something to say. So I made this chat room. Now we can just talk. Does anyone have anything they want to say to me? Go right ahead, we're all here.
Hey you, what's with the broadcast you did recently? All of the money you've collected until now, the fortune you've inherited, have you really donated all of it? And you said you would give me some money later on to help me with my business, isn't that right? Is there some other money you're talking about? Don't tell me you donated all of it.
Oh, you saw the show. Sorry about that, oh goodness. I don't have money to give you in the future. You can forget about that. Anyways, the land price of the property my grandma owns has risen several dozen times. So now I don't have to worry about living on my own or raising a child. I can live my life with full independence. I donated the fortune with a grateful heart, and I would do it again if I could.
How could you do that to me?
Wow, this is really something else. You know, I was so good to you. I treated you so well as a daughter-in-law, and you're gonna turn around and attack my son like this? You're gonna just betray us like this? Treated me well? When? During my entire time as your daughter-in-law? I cannot recall a single time I was treated well by you. Jim, Helen, I'm talking to both of you when I say this. I'm a human too. Until I had the child, Jim, you pretended to be a perfect lover, treating me like something precious. You were such a doting husband to me. You pretended to treat me warmly, but as soon as I had the child, it all stopped. You literally became a completely different person. You treated me as less than a lover, less than a human being. You became so cruel. You never helped me with the child even once. There's no scumbag like you out there, really. Excuse me? What? You dare call my son a scumbag in front of me? Yep, that's right. Why? Oh, was that not harsh enough? I'll just call him human trash. Jim is human trash that can't even be recycled. Yeah, that fits him better, in my opinion.
Okay, Clara, I got it. Whatever you say that can make you feel better. But now I'm talking about the money you donated. You need to get it back somehow.
Why should I? I want it to be used for children who grew up in difficult situations, like how I grew up without parents. I want to help children who are struggling the way I did. You want me to take the money back from those kids? Are you crazy?
I'm your husband. We should have at least discussed this before you donated all of that money.
Oh, you're my husband now. I guess you're only my husband sometimes. Sorry, but it seems like you're only my husband when money's in the picture. I hold exclusive ownership of that money. It was all money I had saved up when I married you. You had nothing to do with those funds. To be fair, I did say at the time that I would use it to help finance your business later, but you also changed your mind about a lot of things. Am I not allowed to change my mind too? We didn't even write this agreement down formally. There is no formal record of it. And for someone like you, wouldn't it be better for the fortune to be used to help society?
Wow, this seriously doesn't make any sense. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Clara, where are you? I'll go to you. We need to talk.
Jim, to be honest, I didn't know you were this kind of person. You're a very spoiled child. I was very wrong about you.
Grandma, it's not like that. This is just a marital problem that we have to work through. This is just between me and Clara.
No, it's not. This concerns me as well. I've heard all the problems between you and Clara, starting with the housework. You didn't even help once with childcare, did you? What are you talking about right now? The housework and childcare they did all together. Jim did his part. Do you still believe that? Still to this day? I'm being completely honest right now. Jim didn't even know where the washer and dryer were, let alone how to do laundry properly. What kind of person is that? What kind of adult is that? He doesn't know how to change a diaper either. Someone who doesn't even know how to change a diaper? How could he take care of a child? Please come to your senses. Does this make any sense? My Clara, although she didn't receive love from her parents, was raised with a good heart. I made sure of that. I raised her myself, and I cannot stand to watch her suffer. She's like my own daughter. I want my Clara to be freed from that life. I think that's the best decision.
Clara, I need you. If I don't have you, I can't do anything. And our child is still so young.
Don't worry about that. I'll take full custody of the baby because it's obvious you won't be able to raise a child properly. I'll raise the child myself, since trash like you can't. A trash husband and trash father like you can't even dream of raising a child on his own, even if he wanted to. I think this arrangement will be 100 times better for all of us. And don't even think about getting the money back. If you need money later for your business, a mama's boy like you should just ask his mom for some cash. Yeah, that sounds about right. Listen, I'll file for divorce later, so wait for that. The documents should be getting sent to you any day now. And also, let's not meet by chance again. Even if we run into each other on the street, don't speak to me. I seriously hope you will regret losing someone like me, Jim. I don't have anything to regret here because I haven't done a single thing worth blaming. I hope that trash like you will regret losing me until the day you die. Have a nice life, scumbag. The husband who acted as though he would dedicate his whole life to his love did not stand by her side when she gave birth. He became a sometimes husband who did not help with child rearing, let alone housework. He lied to his mother and made me out to be a lazy wife who just stayed at home and played around. So I filed for divorce and was able to secure alimony and custody. I am in my 20s, and after donating a fortune, I gained attention in the media as a donor angel. Later, I received more media attention. Thanks to this, I was invited to several broadcasting stations. I stood on the podium of famous lecture programs. Now I've become a public speaker. My life now is very happy. I met another man who truly loves me and my child, and I've become someone who gives hope to many people. Now it seems the only thing left for me to do is to be happy until the day I die. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel.
saw you interviewing to get into that private club downtown. I couldn't help but laugh at the thought of an old lady like you thinking you had a chance.
I'm sorry, what?
Aw, don't act like you don't remember me. I know it's been a long time, but how could you forget the woman who stole your man? It's me, Mindy.
Don't remember you. Trust me, I still remember what happened 2 years ago like it was yesterday.
I had no idea you were so completely out of touch with the world. You were talking about things from a couple years ago like they were recent events. Like, I almost wanted to ask you right there, do you know what year it is, or are you senile? It was unbelievable.
What I find unbelievable is that you still say things like that at 25. It feels like you haven't matured in the slightest.
Oh my gosh, can you please just stop preaching all the time? Nobody cares about what you have to say. That's how you got dumped by a man in his 30s in the first place.
Thank you for your input. Now please don't contact me again. You disgust me.
That's what I want to say to you.
Oh? What might that mean, given how you contacted me first?
You just went to Club Silk, right? Don't lie to me. I saw you there.
Yes. And?
I just went there for an interview yesterday.
You did, huh?
Yep. And, of course, they were happy to make me a member, so I can officially be considered a member of high society. That's why I was there today at all.
Ah, is that so?
But I just can't understand why you were interviewing to get in there at all.
Okay, look. You've been going on about interviewing at Club Silk for a while now. What are you even talking about?
You went to an interview there because you were hoping to make a lot of money working there, right?
I don't know where you're getting your ideas, but I'm not exactly having any money trouble at the moment.
Oh, don't give me that. You're obviously lying. I remember how you just kept going on and on about money.
I have absolutely no clue what you're talking about.
I doubt it. Remember when you found out about how Jim and I were seeing each other? You went so far as to try to sue him for it.
I wasn't suing him for the cheating. We were in divorce court and I was arguing for alimony. He was the main breadwinner in our relationship at the time, so wanting alimony when he was planning to leave me is perfectly reasonable.
No, it wasn't. It's not like you weren't making money at all. With how much you asked for, I would have to help pay for it too.
And yet, as I'm sure you know, neither of you have paid me a cent. Remember?
Well, duh. Who would pay an amount that outrageous? I think you'd be crazy if you didn't decide to run instead.
You really are the worst. You know that? Not that I really expected anything different.
Hey, that's all water under the bridge at this point. It's been 2 years and you haven't made a fuss about it, so you clearly don't care either.
You really haven't changed at all, have you?
You really need to stop living in the past, you money grubber. Just forget it already.
You mean like how you already forgot I said I wasn't having money problems?
Yeah, sure, whatever you say.
I'll admit I am curious, though. Why have you wanted to start working at a private club? You do realize what kind of a place it is, right? It's not some place where you're just going to be a waitress or something.
Oh, do you really want to know?
Well, it's just strange. After Jim and I split up, didn't you say that you were going to marry him shortly after?
Well, yeah, of course I did. We filed the marriage registration practically immediately.
No surprise there, I suppose. Jim does have a pretty good position at a major company, so in the 2 years since, I imagine his salary has only grown considerably.
Yep. And considering I haven't worked at all before, and we haven't had any kids yet, I've mostly been trying to figure out where I could work at.
And of all the places, you choose a private strip club rumored to deal in prostitution.
Well, it pays really well, and I get to finally get some work experience. I'd say it kills two birds with one stone, don't you think?
Have you spoken with Jim about this?
Yeah. So?
That's surprising. He would start getting uneasy if I did so much as talk to another man.
You're delusional. What, are you trying to claim he cared more about you than me? It's not gonna work.
Wait, what? What made you even think I was trying to do that?
Oh, I know how much you care about your pride. Let me just give you a bit of advice, okay?
Advice? About what?
Club Silk is only for high-class people, so some old lady like you won't ever get a job there.
And you think I'm the delusional one?
I am the very picture of youth and beauty, so I'm going to become the best hostess the city's ever seen. Everyone's just going to love me!
My name is Nina. I'm a 45-year-old single woman. 2 years ago, I was happily married to Jim. Or so I thought, at least. He was in his early 30s, and I guess I was charmed by how much he doted on me and supposedly considered me the cutest thing he had ever seen. Frankly, I should have known that was a mistake. One night, he went to his high school reunion and met up with Mindy, one of his former classmates. Their meeting quickly turned into an affair, and was exposed not too long afterward. While we agreed to file for divorce, the proceedings dragged on for an eternity over alimony. After all that time, in the end, Jim and Nina just ran away without paying anything. I hadn't heard a thing from them until now. I had already mostly forgotten about the two of them, and decided to look to the future and move on instead, but I got completely blindsided by Mindy's sudden message after such a long time. Dealing with her was utterly exhausting. But that only ended up being the first day of dealing with her. The next day, she did something that left me completely flabbergasted.
Oh my gosh! I couldn't stop laughing at your stupid old face being covered in cheap wine.
What the hell were you doing? My dress is completely covered in stains now!
What, that thing? That's just some cheap knockoff. There's no need to get so worked up about it.
And what, might I ask, did I do to make you feel like you had to do something so uncalled for?
Well, I was just minding my own business at the club, tending to one of the private rooms, when who should I see but you being here again? As you might expect, that got on my nerves. I thought I told you that an old lady like you wasn't welcome.
I didn't expect a good reason, but that's hardly a reason at all.
It was a perfectly good reason. If I'm understanding things correctly, you came back to complain because you weren't happy with failing the interview, right? I think the club will be happy with me. Keeping the whiners out just helps to keep the customers happy, after all.
You really think so? You think the club is going to be grateful that you did something like that to someone?
Look, I get it. You want to work here, yeah? If you want to work here, how about I pull a couple strings for you?
How can you be so arrogant?
However, if you want my help, I'll need you to wire me $10,000.
$10,000? Why that much?
Well, you did try to get Jim to pay a ton of money in alimony, so I felt it was only fitting to try to get you to give some of it back.
Give some back? Give what back? I never even got anything in the first place. Besides, I have no intention of paying you to begin with. You horribly stain someone's clothes, then ask that person to pay you? What in the world are you thinking?
If you're not going to pay me, then become my special servant instead. If you do that, I'm sure I can recommend you to the head manager, even with how old you look.
You just started there, right? Have you even met the head manager?
I'm supposed to meet them tomorrow, so I have no clue who they are.
Well, I'm pretty sure that if she finds out about what you did, she'll fire you on the spot.
Nah, not a chance. I mean, the owner was absolutely smitten with me. I'm sure the owner will explain thoroughly to the manager why I'm so beneficial to the business. So there shouldn't be a problem.
What are you talking about?
Oh, well, at the interview, I did everything I could to grab the owner's attention. I totally charmed him. He said he wanted to hire me on the spot.
What?
What? You've never managed to pull something like that off before? I just caressed him a bit. Maybe invited him to spend a night in a hotel with me. You know, things like that.
You did all this even though you're currently married to Jim? You really just don't know when to stop, do you?
What? I'm at a private club. They want attractive women to seduce the customers, so I'm just doing my job.
What are you talking about?
A lot more goes on in the world after dark than you know. Then again, maybe it's too deep for a crone like you to understand.
I can't say I care. What I do care about is that you ruined not only my dress, but my leggings and shoes as well. You are going to pay me back for all of them.
Nah, I'd rather not. I'm not about to go throwing away money on a rat like you.
What you want here doesn't matter. You will compensate me for what you've ruined.
Honestly, can you just stop trying to pester people for money? It really doesn't make you look attractive. And at your age, you need all the help you can get.
You just can't stop running your mouth, can you?
I'm not listening. I'm just going to go to the club tomorrow and continue making the big bucks and living it up. Bye-bye now. Starting tonight, I'm going to be going to work more often. I'm so looking forward to it.
Right.
Today, I'm going to work early, and they're going to have me on standby in a private room. I heard that they're going to do something with my hair to make it look even better.
Oh, that sounds like quite the fancy treatment.
Well, of course. I'm a newbie with a lot of expectations on my shoulders, so they want to help me live up to them.
A lot of expectations, huh? I see.
So, have you finally given up?
Sure. Why don't we go with that?
Aww. Are you still feeling some anger about it all? Maybe a twinge of regret? You're probably thinking back on how great a time you had with Jim, and that lingering attachment must be tearing you apart inside. Did it really hurt that much to be rejected by Club Silk? Did it really dredge up all those memories you hoped you had forgotten?
Huh? What do you mean? I run Club Silk. Why would any of it be painful?
Uh-huh.
The one you call the owner. He just decided to hire you right at the interview, right? I'm rendering that null and void.
Huh? But at the interview, he said I passed.
Well, yes. That's why I fired him, too.
You did what? How can you fire the owner?
Well, maybe because I am actually the owner, not him.
What are you talking about?
My mother's been in the hospital for a while now due to a chronic illness. Up until 2 days ago, I was away from the club to help take care of her. During that time, I thought I could entrust the place to him in my absence. Clearly, that was a poor decision, since this is how things ended up.
But then, who the hell is that guy?
He's just a manager I hired some time ago, that's all.
No way! That can't be right. He told me that he was the owner of the club.
Well, I asked him about it myself, and apparently he thought that you looked like his type. So in an effort to make a good impression, he tried to show off to grab your attention.
This can't be real. And after I cozied up to him so much. Literally, even.
Yes, about that. You do realize that getting into such a relationship with staff at such a club is illegal, right? Not just at Club Silk, but pretty much every club in the country.
What? In TV shows and movies, that sort of thing happens all the time.
Yes, they do, as those are fiction. You do know the difference between fiction and the real world, right?
It's clearly written out in every employee's contract that such relationships are forbidden by law. Since that manager was starting up such a relationship with you, he violated his contract and thus his employment was terminated. No way. If you still think it's all a lie, why not ask Jim about it? When he and I were together, I was already the owner of this place. Are you serious? That's crazy! We first met at this club to begin with, so yes, I'm being quite serious. I just asked him. He said he had fallen in love with you at first sight when his boss took him to Club Silk one night. I rejected his advances at first, but I guess I started to find his continued advances cute after a while. After that, we started seeing each other. I can't say I'm proud of those days. Why did you keep quiet about this? Well, while I was fighting for alimony, there were countless things we were arguing about, remember? Yeah, I remember. We didn't want to pay anything to you. Well, I started to get concerned, what with how angry the two of you were getting about the situation. I got worried that you might start trying to cause trouble for my business if you found out that I was the proprietor of Club Silk. So I figured keeping quiet was the best option. If I had known that you, of all people, were the owner, I would never have applied to work there in the first place. Well, that's just too bad now, isn't it? So, about that dress. It ended up fine, right? No lasting stains or anything? I'm afraid not. It's completely ruined. It cost me $50,000, and now I can't use it at all. $50,000? Yes. And considering you were the one who decided to ruin it when you dumped wine on me on a whim, I'd say you'd best get working on paying for it. Please, no. I'm sorry. I'll never do something like that again. Please, couldn't you find it in your heart to let it go? I couldn't care less if you licked the wine off my shoes, you brat. Don't think you're going to get away with only paying for the dress, either. What? There's more? Well, since you've been so kind as to show yourself again, I imagine Jim isn't far away either. I'll be sure to pursue the missed alimony payments. But it's been 2 years already! Unfortunately for you, for a matter like this, there are no statute of limitations. No way! You're not getting away again. I'd suggest you and Jim start getting ready to pay what you owe. But we don't have that much to spare! That'll ruin us! I can't say that's a surprise. Considering Jim lost most of his recent paychecks while gambling, I imagine you're not exactly living comfortably right now, are you? How do you know that? Simple. Jim contacted me only yesterday. Huh? While we were talking, he suddenly burst into tears over his situation. It certainly looks like he's in trouble. What? What did he say? Oh, he's horribly stressed. Having to deal with your selfishness day after day, catering to your every whim. It's been quite hard for him. Oh, it was so sad to hear about how he just basically threw his money away gambling. He was just begging for my help. Knowing you, you might have found it funny if you had seen it. How dare you make it out like it's all my fault? How could he suddenly start gambling our money away like that? It's funny how you're calling it our money when he's the one earning it all while you're just spending it frivolously. Anyway, I only got irritated listening to his sob story. As for you, you're the one who chose to marry him, right? I'd call that getting what you deserve, wouldn't you? How dare you? Well, I can't claim you were doing nothing to try to help yourself, I suppose. You did interview for a job at Club Silk after all, right? Might I suggest you start trying to work before you rack up debt spending someone else's money, rather than after? But I was planning on divorcing him! Oh, is that so? I mean, he has a high-paying job, and he looks like one of the hottest guys on the planet, sure. But I never thought he'd just fall into a gambling problem. Of course you only cared about his money and his looks. I couldn't just divorce him then and there. I don't have a job. That's why I went searching for a high-class club where I could use my beauty to my advantage. Once I made a ton of money there, I figured I could just dump him. And look where that ended up. Congratulations! You're a failure. And I already had tens of thousands of dollars of debt, too. If I don't start paying it back, the interest is going to just pile up. If that's how hard your situation has gotten, why did you go at me like that at all? You're the one who turned my life into the terrible state that it is in the first place. Suddenly seeing your face, I just got pissed off. So you were just venting at me then? When you were the one who did all this to yourself? You really are pathetic. Please, I'm begging you. I'll change. Just please don't make me pay for the dress. Nope, I'm not letting you off on this. If you don't pay, I'll sue. Or maybe you prefer if I had you arrested for assault? Are you even listening to me? Do you really just want to hurt me that badly? You've destroyed an expensive piece of my property. You also assaulted me with the wine. I'm lucky you didn't choose a hot drink, or else I could have been seriously burned. I wouldn't have done something like that. With how you had been treating me, I fully expected you to have done something so terrible. Anyway, the dress will cost you $50,000. Count yourself lucky I'm not as concerned about everything else you drenched. You can either pay me back or get charged with assault. That makes it sound like I have no choice but to go to prison. No, you can still pay back your debt by working. There are avenues for that if you don't have the money available right away. But I just told you, I don't have a job. I can help you with finding a job. Huh? You'll let me be a hostess? Well, we'll have to see about that. If I work at a high-class club, I'll make so much money that even the biggest debt will be easy to pay. Oh, I'm so glad. I wouldn't get your hopes up quite yet. You're not working at my club. I know someone who I can introduce you to, and you can work under them. But this person also runs a club like yours, right? Are you kidding? Of course not. They run a cheap strip club where you make only a bit more than minimum wage. Huh? Oh, and the club in question is a new one that's opening out in the boonies, too. They don't have enough women willing to work there, so you'll be really helping them out. You're telling me to work at a strip club in the middle of nowhere? You're joking, right? What, you have a problem with that? They can arrange for your living space and furniture, too, so you shouldn't have any issues working out there. That's not the point! Why do I have to work at a strip club in the middle of nowhere? And only barely over minimum wage? I could make more than that working the night shift at a gas station. I wonder if I can find the number for the local police department. I could always use 911, but that seems unnecessary. Wait, hold on. Don't call the police. I trust you understand where you stand now. Look, I get that I'm in a really bad spot right now, okay? I know that there's not really a lot of options for me right now. You're still in one of the private rooms at my club, right? Well, yes, I am. I just now arrived at the club. How about we settle this issue in person? What? I'll run before I'd let you put me through that. I would advise against doing that. I've been practicing boxing for the past 10 years, so I'm quite strong. Stopping a little girl like you would be pathetically easy. What? I've given you your choices. You either work at the strip club out of town, or I call the police. I won't let you get away like you did 2 years ago. Please, let me work here. Did you understand a word I've said? This isn't some fantasy movie. You're not going to get a job here by just wishing for it hard enough. You're not working at Club Silk. You would torpedo our reputation faster than you could say welcome. But I want to work here. Right. Arrested for assault it is, then. Wait, I get it, okay? I'll go work at that strip club. Just please don't call the police. I I'm glad to finally see a real response from you. Anyway, work hard and make sure you pay back everything. Got it? So Mindy finally relented and I sent her out of the city, if a little heavy-handedly. However, her attitude ended up being a serious downside, as no one ever requested her. She's got a tough road ahead, that's for sure. I've arranged to garnish some of her wages for what she owes me, and her other debts are further garnishing her wages as well. In fact, she's having to pay back so much that she can barely afford to get any new clothes. Her popularity has dropped like a rock as well. I guess rumors of what she's done finally reached people. At this point, she's struggling to deal with all of the hardship she's brought upon herself. As for Jim, he and Mindy got divorced, meaning he's been divorced twice now, and that's only gotten him to gamble even more than before. Apparently, it's gotten so bad that he's turned to shadier sources of money. It sounds like his life has just been getting worse as well. Past that, I can't really say. It could be even worse than it looks, but I'm not about to go looking for him. I've had enough of dealing with horrible people like him and Mindy. I'm just glad that I can finally be done with them for good. Now I can finally return to my normal life, with my current wonderful boyfriend and my flourishing job. I can't wait to see what the future holds. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.